Well, see, I didn't finish it because I want some opinions on how I should finish the last little bit, which will only take like maybe 45 minutes.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like, as is, it is wearably finished. It's just not finished to my liking, and I want some opinions.
One of those, I'm full of opinions. I'm not sure I'm full of anything else, but I am full of opinions. Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
I'm told it is episode 3.20. I don't know if she's updated her sign.
I have indeed updated the sign, that's why I know.
I forgot to ask. Sometimes there's a panic.
The sign is good. The sign is
That
accurate.
is good. Well, I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and Diana calls Waterloo, Ontario home. It is a Sunday, or no, it's a Monday. It's a holiday Monday because we had a long weekend here in this province and your province. I think your province?
Mhm.
Yeah, your province is a long weekend this too.
Yeah, I think pretty sure it's nationwide.
I never
Unless maybe
assume.
Quebec's different, I don't know.
I never assume that it is. Because at some point, somewhere, someone isn't having a long weekend.
Meh.
That's just the safest assumption. So while we record one day late on a holiday Monday for fun, and Diana tells everybody what we're going to cover this week, I'm going to continue to blow my nose because stuff's growing. So that's just
It's spring.
It's spring, people.
This week we've got What's in Our Cup. I forgot to ask if we have any cool threads. I don't. Do you?
Yep.
Oh, okay, well, we have some cool threads. I forgot to ask. And we've got some wool gathering, including some acquisitions. Because somebody got mail.
I got presents in the mail. Mail presents. Yeah, no, because it's
thanks to the show notes. Because I'm so good at this.
You are excellent at this.
I'm the best.
Oh, yeah, guys. In my cup today, I have some Midnight Meadow from North Star Tea Co. They're like, I find her at the locals farmers markets. That's how local she is to me.
There's some good tea blends there that
local.
one time that I was there.
She has amazing tea. I like blew through the mint one she had. So if I see her, I need to purchase like 2 packages of the mint tea and just stop pretending I don't consume mint tea like it's going out of style. I love a good mint tea.
Is growing. By the time I come visit, I'll cut some and bring it to you. You
do some fresh peppermint mint tea. It's so good. What I need to do is
leaf will do you.
Figure out how to make a non-alcoholic mint julep.
I don't know what goes into those.
I love mint juleps, but I don't do booze. So I need to figure out. I don't even remember because it's been so long. And I never made them. I just ordered them. So,
because if it's a gin thing, I believe non-alcoholic gin is starting to be a thing that exists.
Yeah, but what's the base processing for the non-alcoholic gin? Because remember, we got the corn allergy to watch for.
Right. Good question.
I need to do some researching, and we all know I'm too lazy to do the researching. I'm just going to state that it's something I want and never resolve the problem.
Well, see, we have this crowd that we can source answers from.
Guys, if any of you know how to make a non-alcoholic mint julep, can you let me know? Send me a link. I want to make one, but I don't want to spend 40 minutes on Google figuring it out. You know?
Fair.
And there's going to be a lot of nose blowing today. It's just...
I threw my project on the floor. What? In my not-so-naked dinosaur mug that I once put through the dishwasher to my eternal regret, I have the last of my Japanese cherry green tea, which is a lovely floral... It's like... It smells more floral than fruity, and it doesn't taste cherry at all, but it's just a really lovely green tea, and I think I need to get more, because now I'm out.
That is usually how that works.
It was just in a baggie, so, like, it was just in a hand-labeled sandwich bag, so I don't know where it originally came from. Because that tells me that it used to be in a bigger container, and I put it in this bag, because reasons, and now I don't know where it's from.
Okay, cool. Oops.
It was a loose leaf tea, so I suspect it's from the tea store. But I don't actually know. It
would
There
be
was a
the
lemon tea I was supposed to go to the tea store and get for you.
Sunshine lemon.
Sunshine lemon. It was something lemon. Sunshine lemon. Okay.
Because it was
we'll
like
go on a tea store quest this week.
a sunshine and lemon in a pot. It was great. Hut. Hut.
Bless you.
I'm
Bless you.
hoping my sneezing calms down. Hut. But there's no
Bless you.
guarantee.
Just allergic to podcasting.
It's a thing. Some days are better than others. Today I've been sneezing all day, so might just be a sneezy day. And there's nothing you can do if you have a sneezy day. Just have a sneezy day. That's what it is. All right.
You had some cool threads.
I did. I had to go fetch said mail present, so I wore my Mallow Cardigan, my blue one that I have completed to go do that, and I wore my simple hug in the Halloween colors to go to Safeway the other day. I know my knits go to exciting places, people. We go to the post office, we go to the grocery store, and we go to the house that I play D&D at. Sometimes we go to my sister's. Living on the edge. Occasionally, Diana's in town. We do more exciting places, like we'll go to Leonard Taylor's. We'll go for brunch. So sometimes my knits go more exciting places, but generally, no. Well, it's anywhere from like low teens to low 20s on average. Today's the highest 29 for today, but yesterday it was like 22. So it's with a good stiff breeze, because again, flat. So it was quite comfortable when we got down to like 5 o'clock to have a lightweight superwash merino cotton blend on your person to go walking with. So that worked just fine.
I did not go anywhere terribly exciting this week. Also, it was warm, so I didn't wear any knits or crochets. Didn't wear yarn. Well, we've got socks. I mean, there's always socks. I always wear socks, but it's not even worth mentioning at this point.
Socks are socks. We wear them. We've got projects on the go. I've got 3.
I also have 3.
So while we're recording today, I am knitting on my Sweet Romance socks, since I have absolutely been shown up in the Discord thread the last couple of days on sock knitting. Just while we record, guys, I haven't touched it otherwise. The inch
how's that
closer
race
to
with
a
Asa
heel.
going?
It's a duel. Thank you very much.
Sorry, the duel with Asa.
She's done, so now the next time I finish a pair of socks, she has 3 weeks after that to make 2 pairs of socks. So if I want to make Asa make socks, I have to finish this pair. Sad duel, guys. But I am making a pair of shorties out of the Sweet Romance colorway from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. This is on her sock base, Sweet Pea, I believe. And all I'm doing is knitting in the round. I do toe-up vanilla socks. They are my go-to sock. They fit well. I knit like Kevlar. It's great. And I have very much fallen in love with the squishy garter mock short row heel. It is very squishy. It's very comfy on my heel, and I enjoy it a lot. So I ever so slowly make progress, because the last time I was working on this is when we were podcasting. Not once in between. So there you go. That's my first project.
All right. Give me 4 more stitches and then I can put this down.
Sure.
And I can show you my mostly finished object.
The
only reason it's not totally finished is because I want some opinions.
Okay. I'm full of those.
So a while back, I had started a hexagon cardigan and finished the first hexagon. And then on Saturday, so 2 days ago, I started the second hexagon.
Yep.
And now I have a whole sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Hexagon cardigans in bulky.
Go quick.
So I finished the sleeves. Everything's seamed together. I'm absolutely in love with these sleeves. They're
Those
enormous.
are serious statement sleeves.
Yeah, like they're like balloon sleeves. I don't know.
They definitely would be a balloon sleeve.
So that's glorious.
It is epic.
So I need to do. I'm I'm like sort of following a pattern and I'm sort of following a tutorial on YouTube, but I'm also sort of just making it up because it's just a couple of hexagons, granny hexagons seamed together. So I'm like, I feel like I can kind of figure this out on my own.
Yeah, that's fair.
So the pattern I was following suggested not seaming the hexagons like all the way to the center back, leaving like these little lapel things.
Yes.
So not sure how I feel about the lapels, but I also think it wouldn't really work if it was seamed all the way to the back. I feel like that would hang weird.
That would
So
hang
I think I'm
weird.
leaving the lapels, but I need to
Yes.
do something to finish the neck because it looks unfinished and that bothers me.
That's fair. Any sort of leanings for finishes that you like?
So the pattern that I'm sort of following suggests just a row of double crochets all the way around, like bottom up, around, and back down.
Okay.
And then optionally sew on buttons and just like use the spaces between the double crochets as buttonholes.
Yeah.
Which is cute. I don't think I have buttons for that, and I'm not gonna bother probably.
Okay.
So there's the option for just double crochets all the way around, or just like a half double crochet, couple of rows, or I can make it match the sort of ribbing that's on the sleeves. This yarn is extremely busy.
Yes, it
Makes it hard to
is.
show off. Yeah. Is there? So this is alternating front and back post double crochet.
Okay,
Just a
to make
few
your
rows of
ribbing?
it to do the
Okay.
cuff. Yeah, to make a ribbing. So I could just do more of that all the way around.
Okay.
Because I think I'm also going to do that on the bottom.
The ribbing on the bottom?
Let me
Okay.
stand back a little farther. Hang on. There we go.
Ugh. That's such a statement sleeve.
So I think it's long enough, but I'm going to do a few rows of ribbing so that it matches the sleeves. So it'll be about like this much longer.
Okay.
And then do I want to just do the same kind of ribbing, just like all the way up and around, or do I want to do just plain double crochet is really where I'm at, or a half double crochet? So you have to do half double crochet, plain half double, plain double, or the ribbing.
I would lean to the ribbing because it's going to give you a little bit of extra definition at that collar lapel. And it'll add just a little bit of length to that collar lapel, which I think you might find might lay flatter.
Yeah, because it's a little bit weird right now.
Yeah.
So a collar to stabilize this, and then I might just cheat and tack the lapels down so that they hang open.
Which absolutely is a thing I would do. But
we'll see how it looks once the edging's on.
I'd go ribbing.
Okay. I was leaning that way anyway, so
yeah, I'd personally would go ribbing.
Okay. Cool. So that's basically my finished object. I'll finish it later today, probably.
Well, I mean, you're crocheting on an 8mm hook on bulky yarn. Yeah. It takes no time. It takes no time.
It's amazing.
No time.
So yeah, hexagon cardigan. The yarn is oh dear. This is how much I have left of a Karen anniversary cake. It's a handful of noodles now.
It is a noodly mess.
Yeah, one of those Karen anniversary cakes, the 1 kilogram ones.
Yeah.
Made this sweater with this much left over.
Well, it didn't technically make the sweater. You still got ribbing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the colorway Spice Dots. So it's like mustard and cinnamon and gray speckled onto a white base, basically.
Yeah.
But I have 2 more balls of the same colors, but done as stripes.
Okay.
And I think maybe for contrast, and because I don't think I have enough of this, I think I will pull out one of those balls to do my edging.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not going to have enough for your ribbing.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it. It might get a couple rows on the bottom done, but okay. So I'm going to pull out the same colors but done as stripes.
Okay, I'd see how that goes.
Yeah, and that should finish this off nicely, I think, because it's also an edging might help because it's really busy. I'm realizing it's busy in person, it's busy on camera, so having some more solid colors might help chill it out a bit.
See, and I would anchor the cuffs, the hem, and the hemming detail, the neckline in a solid color.
Yeah.
But that would be,
So
again, that's
yeah,
my personal preference.
so now I'm wondering if I maybe want to pull out my cuffs and do them in a more solid color.
You might.
We'll
I
see.
mean, a cuff is a cuff. It takes no time.
Yeah, and these are like 3 rounds, I think.
Yeah, a cuff is a cuff and it takes no time.
Yeah. So that's where that's at. I have basically an FO. I'm calling it, well, I guess I can't call it an FO.
It'll be an FO
pretty
next
much
week.
done. It'll be an FO next week. It'll be an FO like tomorrow. So that's where that's at.
That works. That works. That works. All right.
It's so big. I made it the same size as my Caduceus cardigan, more or less.
Good.
It's big and floofy. Okay, it was way too hot. Despite being full of holes, it retains heat.
Yeah, it's acrylic. It doesn't breathe.
No, it doesn't. Oh.
Then you're gonna love it come winter.
Yeah. Okay, carrying on.
You're good.
Yeah, let me just expire a little bit.
Everybody remembers I made a whole bunch of granny squares?
Yeah.
I have now begun to attach the granny squares into a shape. What?
A shape?
Now, I had in my stash some gray, some blue, and some white cotton yarn. Not enough to do a border edge around each of the granny squares and attach them, but enough if I used all 3. I could do that. So I did my center block in dark gray. So you can see I got granny squares and they're attached with nice gray stripies.
Very nice.
And now I'm doing a round in white to go around the gray square from the center. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next one in gray again.
Okay.
And just keep working rounds in the gray till I run out. And then move to the white. So you get this little blip of the next color of connection, I guess, that I'm using before it transitions in. So we'll have dark gray, stripe of white, gray, white, and then it'll be a stripe of blue, white, blue.
Okay.
So you get a nice flow out color-wise. So I'm very slowly connecting this. It is all cotton. It is all Karen Cakes and Mysterious Solid Color Stash Yarn. I think it's 24/7 cotton. Don't quote me. All done on a 5mm hook, and it's just granny squares that I am now connecting together.
Nice.
It's big. It's wonderful. It's glorious. I am heavily tempted to just keep making squares when I'm done and make it blanket sized.
I mean, why not?
We'll see. We'll see. Because I have
but
more
then you'll still need a coffee
candy.
table cover.
Yes, well, that's always a problem for me. That's fine. There is never not something to craft. There's never not something to craft. So we'll just see if I like it enough to keep working on it. I might get it done to the coffee table size and go, oh, sweet Jeebus, no, I'm finished. If I don't, I keep making it bigger, then I keep making it bigger. It's just soothing.
So good.
It's relaxing. And I just sit down and I attach a square while I'm listening to a book. Or while I'm waiting for like my kettle to boil so I can make tea. Then I fight with my cat to get my squares back. Because I sit on the coffee table. But that's it. There's no pattern, no muss, no fuss. I'm literally just making a large thing of granny squares. And I might make it larger. See.
We shall
see.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. All right. It is time for your third project. Or second project.
Second project.
Because you'll be going last.
As we record, I continue working on my dad's Enterprise socks in the It's Been a Long Road colorway from Fireweed Fiber Co. It's been a long road. No. I'm like an inch from being done the foot, and then I just need to do the cuff.
Oh, geez, you're so close.
I'm so close. Like, these are getting done this week, which is good because I want to give them to my dad when I'm in Manitoba the week
Literally the
after.
week after.
Yes, so these are getting done this week. I'm so excited. These are toe up vanilla socks, wedge toe, fish lips kiss heel, which is a very solid pattern that you can buy for like $3 or something, and it's very worth it. And come on, focus on the sock, not my face. Come on. There we go. And this yarn is just so pretty. I love this color so much. It's just all the different speckly blues. It's like, I don't know, like a sky blue and a periwinkle and like a navy blue, all just like speckled together.
Very satisfying assortment of blue hues.
With a nice deep green contrast.
Yeah.
So that's where that's at. This ideally will also be a finished object next week.
Which is good because, you know, if you get them set up so you just have to do just a touch after the 26th, they both count for stash dash.
Oh man. Yeah, that's really close. Oh, that's that's later this week.
That's later this week.
Okay, well I might hold off finishing them until I can count for stash dash.
Which gives you time to do your secret crafting. And then like the day of stash dash, pick up and do your 2 FOs. True, and then you got all that yardage. That's what I'm doing this week.
Hey, yeah, if I don't finish the hexagon cardigan until... Wait, what day is the 26th as I look at a calendar? Friday. If I don't finish it until Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Then it counts.
Yeah. If you finish that and the socks on Friday, Saturday whip sprints, you can start making progress towards the next FO for stash dash.
Well.
Like how I thought that through.
I like this plan.
Yeah.
I like this plan.
I thought it was a good plan.
What's the take on things that are finished that you have to pull back a little bit and like refinish? Do those count?
I think it's one of those depends on how much situations, because I know for a long number of years there was a debate on bind offs counting, and for a very long time they didn't, and repairs counting, and for a very long time they didn't. And I stick to that rule of thumb. I don't think a repair counts, and I don't think bind off counts. I think you have to still have some project work to do on the project, but that's a personal rule for me. Because counting something that you've just bound off or something that you've just done a small repair on feels like cheating to me, so I won't do it. I don't know if that's the official rules anymore, but I know I'm uncomfortable with it, so I stick to that. So it depends. Like if I have to pull back a sleeve because the increases or decreases are wrong, or it's too short by like an inch or two, then yes, I'll count the whole project because I'm re-knitting half a sleeve, or I'm re-knitting 2 to 4 inches of sleeve, right? Like, okay, yeah, I'll count that because that's the same as having gone through the whole thing and then just stopping at the last 4 inches before the sleeve's done and then doing the sleeve. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So pulling back the cuff on a sock is not going to count, but like reknitting the body of the Cobra sweater?
That absolutely counts the whole sweater. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I was also requested to make Pokemon eggs. I said I would have Pokemon eggs for sure this time. The kids want Pokemon eggs.
You're going to be crocheting this week.
I am. Fortunately, Pokemon eggs are really easy. They're round with some round things sewn on.
Yeah, I think you should
I just have to go get the right colors.
You should start with that tomorrow and get that done and in a suitcase.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll go get some appropriately colored yarn tomorrow.
That'll work. All right. That leaves my last project, hey?
I believe it does.
Guys, I have been making some progress on my Mallow Cardigan. We both know, you know, and the gods know, we have to get me through the exceedingly dull front panels, which is just, for my size, 50 stitches wide of stockinette. 4 days. Whee! Which, wow, very easy, very quick, very dull.
That actually sounds so great to me. Like, just a whole bunch of stockinette.
I pick it up and I work on it, but it's never the thing I want to reach for. It's never the thing I want to reach for. I should, because it'd be nice to have it done. And I did that thing that you do with your first panel where you measure every other row. till you're long enough. We all do it, guys. I'm not accepting
Which
any
makes it take even
fewer or
longer.
slugger. So I have a front
Yeah.
panel. One, it's
Woo.
curling because it's stockinette and not washed and not blocked, and I will not wash and block till I am done. With a garter hem bottom because I don't like rolly bottoms.
That's fair.
So
I don't get the rolly hem thing. I don't.
It's not a thing I
like it
enjoy.
either.
So I have one front panel of glorious, glorious bleached, washed white to blow out your cameras.
Uh-huh. It looks lovely.
In when I do that thing where you drape things on top of your hand in some excellent drape.
It's gonna be lovely.
Could be so good. I'm making progress on my second front panel. Because remember, if I don't do the front panels, I'll do the back panel, which is the fun part, and then I'll never finish. You all know me. But I was making really good progress.
You'll just make a whole bunch of back panels for Mallows and just never do the rest of them?
I just because I find the front panels dull, so. And I made good progress on this front panel on number 2. Like, I've made some serious inchage.
Oh yeah, that looks like you're basically halfway.
Pretty much halfway, yeah. So, we're so close to halfway, it's near as much hurts. But I have run across the dreaded end. Mill end. Mill end. So I need to take back a couple more stitches so that I can do a proper join. But I'm still working on my first ball of sport weight yarn. It's a really loose gauge, guys. I have 4 balls of this sport weight Briggs and Little in washed white. I'm not worried about not having enough.
No, that's going quite well.
We're doing good. So I will do the couple of tick back stitches, which I discovered while I was playing Kill Team yesterday, because while I was waiting and watching everybody else take their turns, I would work on this. So I'll do the take back and do a proper join, and then hopefully get my second front panel done and be working on my back panel next week, because boy, would I like to be working on my back panel next week. For me to get...
suddenly have a back panel one day?
I mean, ideally, but it won't happen. So what I think I'm going to do is do my chart upside down, which is not technically necessary. So I'll start at the top of the chart and, or sorry, the bottom of the chart, work to the top. No, yeah, top of the chart, work to the bottom. Okay. Count down instead of counting up. So that way I'll have, when I'm done the chart, I'll have the back panel, which I can then take a look at how much length I have left to add at the bottom to match the side panels, because I made the side panels longer.
Right.
Because my other option was to sort of guess or do a provisional cast on at the bottom, do the chart, bind off, and then pick up my provisional cast on and knit down. And then I'm like, why am I making it complicated? Why don't I just do my cast on edge at the top of the chart? Yeah. Do the chart
that makes sense.
From top to bottom, and then just keep knitting till I get long enough where I need to do my garter hem. And then just...
That makes a lot of sense.
Then the panel's the length I need it to be. Less math, less thinking. So that's what I'm going to do, I think. So it'll be interesting.
Okay.
So do that, then I can seam everything, and then I can do my sleeveys. Because the sleeveys are in the round. So once I got my back panel, it's just 2 elbow length sleeves and a garter border for the neckline. And I'm done.
Nice. I mean, you're basically done already, so like...
Once I'm done the back panel, I'm like 2/3 done, and it flies. But it's the front panels, because they dragged the last time I made the Mallow Cardigan too. Like, that was the part I found the slowest. Same as I find like the first sock is the slowest to do, but the second sock I just whip right through. It's one and done. So I don't know why, but that's how it works for me.
I have a thing. My last thing is that the Stego Sweater test knit, I still don't have the pattern for.
That's okay.
But I have knit not 1, not 2, but 3 swatches. Knit, washed, blocked. And this is the winning swatch.
Okay.
It took me 3 needles. 3 swatches to get the right size of needle. Bless you.
Guys, all day.
Because the yarn does in fact change size slightly when you wash it.
Yes, it does.
So I thought I'd bang on gauge before I washed my first swatch. And then I washed it, and then I was a whole stitch out.
Okay.
And that's not going to work.
No.
So I'm down to needle size, and then I was half a stitch out. So I've gone down to a US 4, which I think is a 3.5 mil
On DK.
on DK. And now I have the appropriate gauge for the Stego Sweater test knit. Ta-da!
You
It's going to be great.
are knitting a thicker sweater on a smaller needle than I am. All right. Acquisitions?
Acquisitions.
I got
Let's
stuff
have
in the mail.
I'll just sit here and watch. I didn't get stuff in the mail. That's later this week. I get stuff in the mail this week.
That's what you did last week. You got stuff and I didn't. The
I didn't
Susanna.
get yarn stuff. I got a fun new chair is what I got.
The Susanna sent me a bag. And it's wonderful upholstery fabric. Like, look at that fabric.
That's fun. It's vaguely peacocky.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Or like mossy.
I'd probably go
It's
kind
very
of.
abstract.
It is. I like it. It's a simple crossbody tote with a little snappy snap. But the best part is, part that I freaking love. I love weird things, guys. I love weird things. Is it has a carpet swatch for its front.
That's so weird.
And it's a shag carpet spot.
So I mean, like that's a better use for shag carpet than the floor, in my opinion.
Shag carpet should never be on floors. This would make an awful flooring, but it makes an excellent kind of monster furry front to a bag.
That's so weird.
Isn't that so cool?
I want to touch it. I want to pet your bag when I get there.
When you get here, you're going to be constantly petting this bag because, like, I walk past and I'm like, "Hello, shag carpet front. I must pet you with my fingers," because it's eminently pettable. Because I won't be walking on it, it's not gonna. The pile isn't gonna get squished with feet, right? Because I'm obviously not putting my feet on it. I'm just running my hands over it. But it's got some depth to it, like the side panel. Ooh, but the width of my fingers.
Ooh.
So like it's got some.
Well, that can carry a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna use it as my D&D bag.
Nice.
So my D&D books and my furry monster dice bag, because my dice bag is a furry dice bag with eyeballs at the top, and when you open it up, he's got a little mouth because he's a monster dice bag, so he eats dice.
Yep.
So this is gonna become my D&D bag because oh my god.
It does look like a slightly monstery bag of holding.
I think it's gonna be an excellent bag of holding, slightly monstery bag of holding. So I was super delighted for this. Susanna, this is one of her coworkers makes these. I would just it's perfect. It fits my D&D books, it fits my dice bag. I've already checked. Good to go. And I know the people I play D&D with are going to get quite a delight out of it, including the 4-year-old that lives in the house. I suspect he'll be running by and petting it, and I'll end up with like airplanes in it or something, right? Like I'm gonna have to check to make sure it hasn't become a storage capacity thing for him.
Check what it's holding at the end of the night.
Uh-huh. But Susanna doesn't just send one thing. That's not a Susanna thing. Susanna packs those pre-packed Canada Post boxes, and they are solid. There is never any wiggle room. She is a pro Tetris post office box packer. It is astonishing. So in the smallest mailer, the smallest box you can buy, that nice skinny one, it's not that big. It's not that big. She also got this bag in there because it's got candy corn. I like Halloween. And
Cute.
This is an excellent sweater project bag. So like I could put all my granny squares and yarn in here, and it all can be corralled now, which I'm going to do once I've taken everything else out. Because it's Susanna. She also bought me a copy of the My PEIK Cabbage Cookbook. Remember I was talking about this earlier? This lady out on the East Coast. She went around to different families, both ones that had been born in Canada and born outside of Canada, and had immigrated here, and tracked down all of the cabbage recipes she could. that highlight
So
this wonderful. It is
it's
a
just like 100
cookbook
cabbage recipes.
of cabbage recipes. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, you and I are going to read this when you get here because it is very tiny print. I can't read it on my own. Don't care. I will get it scanned and stuff. But there's going to be some amazing experimental Tuesdays in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when she did the interview on CBC, she's like, and I'm not talking about cabbage soup. She's like, everybody knows about cabbage soup. Everybody knows about cabbage rolls. She's like, I'm talking about everything else you can do with cabbage that we don't know about. And I'm like, what else can you do with cabbage?
Yeah,
I like
besides like
I like
cabbage rolls,
cabbage.
sauerkraut, coleslaw.
Yeah, there's not 100 recipes of sauerkraut, coleslaw, and cabbage soup in here. Or cabbage
It's
rolls.
other stuff.
It's other stuff. I'm excited. My favorite way to have cabbage is in a salad. And it's got a spicy peanut sauce, and it's a shredded cabbage and carrot ribbons with a spicy peanut sauce, crunchy peanuts, or like ramen noodles, and it's Asian themed. And it's an
That sounds
amazing
glorious.
it's an
That sounds
amazing
like
salad. I eat it all the time. I eat it all the time. It's so good. It's so easy to put
send me
together.
a recipe. I want to make that now.
Yeah. So I will do that. So I'm stoked because cabbage is a very underutilized vegetable, and it is so freaking good for you, and it's so tasty. And given today's
And
economy,
it's cheap and it keeps
it's
forever.
cheap and it keeps forever. Cheap and cheerful. And now I have a cookbook that lets me use it in more than 5 recipes. I'm so
Okay. Mhm.
super stoked about that.
Well,
I was so
you
shocked.
let us know about the winners because I'm intrigued.
It's going to be a while, but I will make it all the way through. My favorite cookbooks are these coil bound, no picture, 4-H club style cookbooks.
So like
They're the best. The community
yeah.
cookbooks are the best cookbooks.
Well, because they're real, right?
Yeah.
It's
They're
not
not,
like
it's not,
they're not designed to look good on Instagram or YouTube or whatever.
no.
It's like this is my grandmother's whatever recipe.
The edits stood the test of time. Yeah. Like my favorite, that chocolate cake I make all the time, came out of one of those cookbooks. Susanna just didn't send an amazing cookbook and 2 bags. She also sent 2 scrunchies.
Scrunchy.
I've already used the
Scrunchy's a
brown.
fun word.
Yeah, I got the brown one sitting beside my bed, so when I braid my hair at night, it can just go in a scrunchie. So the cream colored one will live here. And she's known for stitch markers. So we'll start with the dinosaur stitch markers.
Dinosaurs.
They're
Those are great.
dinosaurs. They are small and they're on a small meter size. So I think I'm going to convert these into progress keepers because I feel like those are excellent progress keeper shapes.
Yes.
So we're going to convert those. And then everybody keep track. There are 2 plastic containers of stitch markers.
Okay.
So we're at 3 packages of stitch markers so far.
3 packages of stitch markers.
Yep. We're at 4 packages of stitch markers.
Okay.
These are the ones that are the long ones. 4 and 5 are the very long clover clippy ones that you can stick pieces of paper in to mark your row. So whatever row you happen to be on a pattern, you could just
fun.
put the paper into there. So that's 5 packages of stitch markers. Not done. There's more in this bag that I put in here. And I had to secure them in the bag immediately because the plastic floats around and Phaedra loves to run away with the plastic. 6 are some classic clovers. Big ones, as big clippy stitch markers.
Nice.
What did I say that is 6?
That's 6. I'm keeping an account here. I've stopped knitting so I can count.
That's super fair. And 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
So 8 packages of stitch markers.
That's
2 bags,
a lot of stitch
1
markers.
cookbook, and 2 scrunchies in 1 small prepaid Canada Post mailer. Mailing box.
That's impressive.
Susanna's got some skills, and I love stitch markers, so I am stoked. I'm stoked. Very excited. So good. And for the cookbook too. So that was my present in the mail this week. I had to go walk to the post office to get it. My Orcam wasn't charged, so Diana and the Asa kept me company while I walked home. My dog kept me company while I walked there. It's not easy for me to get around. It's not easy for me to get around on my own anymore. And it is. But there you go. That's everything I got in 1 small box from Canada Post.
That's impressive.
I am
To
always
be that good at packing.
astonished at how much people can get into those prepaid mailers. Astonished. It's so good. It's so good. And I love mail and I love presents, so I'm very excited to get these. And I've got new projects I'm casting on. I'm like, oh, I'm casting on that Nightshade Society sweater. I'll use one of my new stitch markers.
Nice.
Stitch markers.
I go through all my stitch markers. They're just kind of everywhere right now.
I have corralled all of them, but I'm at the point where I need to use one of the I used to get those monthly makeup bag kits, and I want to get back to getting those because I really like trying new types of makeup. Ipsy. Remember when I got Ipsy every month? So we always had fun new makeup to try. In one of their makeup bags, this is what holds my stitch markers, because that's how many I have at this point.
Yeah, I might need to do that. I need to they're all corralled in the same like 3 square feet.
I've got them on bigger rings. But I never hurt for stitch markers, guys. Different types and varieties, so I can use different types of varieties for different things. And these little plastic containers are super handy to have. So I'm always delighted to receive them. But yeah, I've had to upgrade to a makeup bag to hold all my stitch markers, and I love it. I might
need to do that.
And I love it because when one of them breaks, it doesn't matter. If you lose one, it doesn't matter. There's no stress about it. There's a million more. I'm good to go. Good to go. There you go. That's it for acquisitions. Ooh, we're on to the unscripted Patreon ad.
Yes, it is time for the unscripted Patreon ad.
You'll like today's word.
Okay.
Coffee.
Coffee. It's a very I like this word list. It's a lot easier than the last words. All right. If for some reason you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, especially the night, if I've had too much coffee. And we talk about all of the things and enable each other into starting all the things, buying all the things. And
we may be responsible for a unboxing you're going to do this week.
Yeah. You know, some solicited opinions. There's many opinions in there, solicited or otherwise, on knitwear.
Yes.
Usually solicited.
Usually solicited.
Usually. And absolutely no self-control whatsoever. If you're looking for someone to tell you no, then that is not the place for it.
Wrong group. We're the wrong group. I'm going to slide back just a little bit, irritate my cat, and stick this sock on my foot and see if I'm closer to my heel.
Once a month on the second last Saturday, usually, we do an e-knit in for our higher tier patrons. We just hang out on Zoom like a knit club all afternoon. Well, our afternoon. The next one of those is going to be on the 17th of June at noon Manitoba time. And that's it for Patreon stuff. Our next live episode is scheduled for Sunday, June the 4th.
Yes.
We'll be doing that one in person.
We will. You'll be here.
And since that one's streaming directly from Zoom and those don't connect to the pre-scheduled live announcements that I can make on our channel.
Yeah, they don't.
There will be no like pre-scheduled live like notification thingy this month because we're streaming directly from Zoom. So just it's same bat time, same bat channel, noon Manitoba time.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be in person.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. We haven't been in person for a live episode in a long time.
And if you think it's discombobulated when we record at distance or we're live in distance, just wait to see the level of chaos theory we master when we're together.
So much chaos.
So much chaos. What are the things we got going on? We've got I've got stuff going on. I have a live check-in with Louise on Thursday, the 1st of June, because that'll be the monthly check-in. We'll see if I've made any progress on my what am I working on? My fade shawl.
The fade, yes.
Yeah. Quick. What's my project this month? So that's going on. We have the craft check-in will be on the 4th, so we'll see how we did for our craft
Stabbed
off
myself
projects.
with a knitting needle. That really hurt.
Don't do that. Don't do
No.
that. We're down to the last few days-ish for the spring equinox. So that is going to run until the summer solstice, which is the 20th of June. So you have until then to finish your seasonal knit with us if you have joined us along for that, Cal. If you are joined and are done, now is the time to start dream knitting your summer solstice project.
I actually finished it. It's in the background. It's right there.
I know you
It's so
did.
bright.
It's so good. Do you know what you're gonna do for the summer one yet? We should open up a thread in the Discord for the summer one and start bouncing ideas around.
I actually do know exactly what I want to make.
That's what
a
do.
crop tank top thing that I've been putting off for since like last summer. I wanted to make it since last summer and I've been putting it off.
Okay.
I'm so sad. I want to make this thing.
Okay. Okay. So those are going on. What else is going on? Stash Dash is starting. That's run by the Knit Girls. That starts on the 26th. So that's happening. If you were participating in Stash Dash, good for you. I look forward to seeing how well you do for competing against yourself, because that's always the best part. What else do we have? Don't think we have a ton of other things. You're traveling next week.
Yeah.
Because you have another wedding to attend.
Yet another wedding. This is the last wedding so far.
So far. Yeah.
So
So
far.
that's going on. I think that's about it. Oh, we've got whip sprints this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday, the 27th of May, noon Manitoba time.
We get started at noon and we run to about 3 or 4 o'clock my time.
Yeah. We do about 5 or 6 sprints, which
Those
is
are always
25
fun.
minutes where we focus on a single project.
Together.
And
So
then
we have support.
Yes.
Support.
And then we switch it up and do something else because, 25 minutes of that thing that you don't want to do,
Is
then
sufficient.
it's time to switch it up and do that other thing that you don't want to do.
Is sufficient. Perfect. Well, otherwise, I think that's it. I think that's all we got to cover this week.
I think so.
Sweet. Well, until Saturday, I will say I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
No matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.